Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope everybody are safe and sound at home. Welcome to Let us go to fourth unit play reading. What is man without the beast? Before that, what is the meaning of beast? Beast means nothing but animals, right? What is the meaning of beast? Beast means nothing but animals. So now, what is man without the beast? So what is the meaning of this title? It meant to say that without animals there would be no man, right? It also meant that man, animals, trees, so overall that environment and the man's existence is very connected to live or connected to exist. Now, before going to that, here it is that this is a speech. This lesson is a speech and the speaker is Chief Seattle. Right? Let us see about him. Chief Seattle, 1866 was the leader of Duwamish and other Pacific Northwest tribes. The city of Seattle, Washington bears his name. In 1854, Chief Seattle reluctantly agreed to sell tribal lands to the United States government and to move to government-established reservations. Though the authenticity of this speech has been challenged, most agree that it contains the substance of perspective of Chief Seattle's attitude towards nature and the white race. So this is a speech. It has been delivered by Chief Seattle. His lifespan is 1786 to 1866, and in the year he had delivered the speech in the year 1854 when their land was asked by US government to be sold it off, right? But at that time, he made his speech, this one speech about reluctantly agreed to sell tribal lands to the US government. Yes, when the US government have asked to sell their land to them, at that time reluctantly, mean nothing but unwillingly, they had to sell their land to whites. So at that time he had delivered the speech. So in that speech, it will be clearly appear the attitude and the concern of his land as well about the whites behavior. Yes, so in his speech it has been delivered in 1854. It became a great famous speech by him, right? So what was there in this speech? In this speech, it really said that the Chief Seattle's close concern towards nature as well. He also discussed and he also did a great speech on the attitude of whites as well. Right? Now let us start it. People choose different ways to protect environment. Here is a speech delivered by a red Indian, Chief Seattle, more than a century ago to save his land. Chief Seattle became world famous for a moving speech he made in 1854, just before his lands were taken from him and his people. Seattle's words resonate very well in the environmental community and are in fact considered to be something like a gospel of the Greeks. So, dear students, people choose different ways to protect environment. So we have many people, Sundarlal Garukan also, yes, who fought for the protection of a forest, right? So here it is, there are many people who had tried their best in order to protect our environment. As one of them, even this Chief Seattle as well. He is a red Indian, right? And he made a moving speech just now we discussed in year 1854 when his lands were being asked for sale by whites. So what was shown in his speech? The concern of Seattle towards environment and as well about the attitude of whites. Now let's see. How can you buy or sell the sky? The warmth of the land. The idea is strange to us. If we do not own the freshness of air and the sparkle of water, how can you buy them from us? Every part of the earth is sacred to my people. Every shining pine needle, every sandy shore, every mist in the dark woods, every clear and humming insect are holy in the memory and experience of my people. The same which courses through the trees carries the memory and experience of my people. The sun which courses through the trees carries the memories of the right man. So here is directly questioning to the words. How can you buy or scale? By order saying what the sky and the warmth of land. Here it is the attachment, the concern towards land. How one can say to sail or buy the connection, the attachment, the environment. And also what was saying, the idea is strange to us. Really it is so strange idea. And what was saying that if we do not own the freshness of air and the sparkle of water, actually nobody owns the air. Oh, the air is not somebody's, it is everybody's. The sparkle of sunshine, the sparkle of water, all the environmental things. Yes, the sunlight, the water, the air, these are all natural, which has been created by the God. Nobody had given, no man had created this. These are all created by the God. So, the air, the water, the sunshine, everything, nobody owned. If unless you owned something, how can you say to buy or sell? Right? If you have anything for your own, you may sell or buy. But nothing is of your own, how can you ask that? So that he was saying that what is he saying that? He is asking question. He is directly asking to whites. My dear whites, we do not own the air, the water and the sunshine. Then how can you say to buy? And how can you say to sell? He was questioning directly. Every part of the earth is sacred to my people. Here my people is nothing but red man. Yes, the people who belong to his tribe. Yes, he was saying that every part of the earth is very sacred to us, very holy to us. Every part of the earth is very holy to us. And was he saying that every shining pine needle with nothing but every plant and every sandy shore, every open area, and in the every beast in the dark must be nothing but thick forest. So overall, what was he saying that all that everything on the earth, right? The trees, the insects, the small creatures, yes, the flowers, the animals, yes, these are all very sacred to them, very holy to them as well. Those are all the things or the memories of their ancestors. What was saying that memories and experience of my people. Whose people? The Red Indians, the Chief Seattle's ancestors. So what is he saying to whites? My dear whites, every part of my earth is very sacred to us, and they are all they are all the memories of my ancestors. And the said which courses through the trees, said be nothing but a liquid, a moisturous substance which flows in the tree. Yes, even that is nothing but the experience of my people. The sap which process through the trees carries the memories of the red man. So nothing but he wanted to say that every tree in my land is the memory of my ancestors. So by this he was telling that his place was very sacred for them. So he was reluctant to say. Reluctant be nothing but unwilling. So Seattle was completely unwilling to say